Hey, what's up, nerds? I've seen spoilers already for March of the Machine, but I'm not quite done with Phyrexia All Will Be One yet. It's time for a top 5.
Top 5 songs about death.
So it's pretty imperative to understand that my top 5 is my top 5, and I invite you to disagree with it. It's true I don't really play, I'm a collector, and so maybe I've gotten this completely wrong. But I'm looking at cards that tells the story, has some power, and has kick-ass art. Those are my criteria, so here's what I've come up with. As anybody knows with my top 5 lists, there's going to be some weirdness. More than 5 cards. So of course I have 2 honorable mentions. One from the uncommon slot, one from the common slot. We'll start with the Crawling Chorus. The Crawling Chorus is a fantastic common card in my opinion. It's got amazing art that combines geometry with creepy fleshiness and those spacey looking faces to make a pretty horrific idea, not to mention it's specifically called a Phyrexian horror. It's got Toxic, so players get a poison counter, and when it dies, you still get to create a 1/1 Phyrexian Might that has Toxic. That's not too bad of a deal, so for 1 white mana. I loved this card since I first saw it. Regardless of its usefulness, Drown in Ichor just tells the story of life in Phyrexia. Life and death in Phyrexia. And it's got that great proliferate feature, which, if I read that correctly, could really help with those oil counters and whatnot. Coming in at number 5 is Carumonix, the Rat King. So we got to start with the art on this guy. Got multiple heads. It's Phyrexian. It's a rat. Nobody likes it. It's got Toxic, of course. Any other rat you control gets Toxic. This looks like a good guy to have in a rat tribal deck, in my opinion. And it even gives you the chance to dig for those other rat cards in your deck. So, Carumonix, the Rat King, number 5. There ain't no Rot Priest like a venerated Rot Priest. Again, the artwork on this guy is terrific, or lady, or whatever it is. Phyrexian Druid, standing out there in the bizarro Phyrexian forest, dripping with ooze and poison. Toxic 1, and whenever a creature you control becomes a target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. So even if the Rot Priest is simply sitting there waiting for something to happen, once a spell is cast on any one of your creatures, you get to throw a poison counter at somebody. So he even does poison counters without attacking. Then, mostly for the color and how it fits into the story, we have the Phyrexian Arena. It's always great to have the ability to draw more cards, but the story the image tells and how it fits into the horror story of Phyrexia All Will Be One is just too terrific. It is the moment of betrayal, and Jace looks as clueless as ever there. You got to feel for him a little bit, right? Right? I don't know. And of course, not appearing in my hand yet is Elish Norn, the Mother of Machines. I mean, she is the poster child for the set. All of her versions are fairly horrific. I actually kind of like the standard version the best, with all those creepy-ass mannequin statue people surrounding her. There's so many things she's going to be able to do. She is indeed the Praetor Queen. And finally, surprise number 1, I have Nissa, the Ascended Animist. As a planeswalker, and I am kind of partial to planeswalkers, I just love the idea that Nissa can just start firing off those green Phyrexian horror creatures, where X is Nissa's, the Ascended Animist loyalty. So you can cast her early by sacrificing some life. They're not going to be quite as powerful, but once you ramp up those loyalty counters on her, you can just kick out giant green Phyrexian horror creatures. Absolutely fantastic. You can also destroy artifacts or enchantments. And when you get up there and you can drop that 7, until the end of the turn, your creatures you control get a +1/+1 for each forest you control and gain trample. At that point, it's just a horde of green Phyrexian horrors ending your day. So those are my picks for top 5. How bad did I do? Let me know in the comments. Love you guys. Take care. I'll see you soon.